Scrubs? Anyone can buy scrubs. What, you think putting on a costume makes you a doctor? Officer Brandon Mitchell's voice drips with contempt. His flashlight stays locked on her face. Officer, I apologize for my speed. I'm a trauma surgeon at Metropolitan General. There's a patient. Yeah? So where's your real ID? Or did you steal that too, along with this fancy car? Maya's voice stays calm, soft, professional. Sir, my hospital badge is in my bag. My stethoscope is right there. The hospital is calling me. A boy is dying. A boy is dying. Mitchell mimics her voice, cruel. You people always got some story. Step out, hands behind your back. Hayes pulls out handcuffs. 10:52 p.m. In 3 hours, Mitchell will stand in front of his police chief and hear the 5 words that end his career. But right now, he has no idea who he's arresting. 3 hours earlier. Maya Richardson pulls off her scrubs in the hospital locker room. 14 hours on her feet. 3 surgeries. 2 saves. 1 loss that still stings. Dr. Patricia Carter leans against the doorway. Go home, Maya. You've been here since 6 a.m. Maya rubs her neck. Just finishing notes. Tom's in a council meeting anyway. She doesn't say her husband's full title. Police Chief Thomas Richardson. They learned in Chicago to keep that quiet. Too many whispers. Too many assumptions. A black woman doctor married to a white cop climbing the ranks. People talked. They still do. Maya texts him. Heading home. How's the meeting? 3 dots appear. Then, rough. They want me to delay body camera implementation. I'll be late. She drives home. 15 minutes through the city. Their house sits in a quiet neighborhood, mixed, professional, the kind of place where people nod hello but don't pry. Maya showers, changes into sweats, heats up leftover Thai food, sits on the couch with her phone. She's scrolling through medical journals when her phone rings. 10:45 p.m. Dr. Carter. Her voice is tight. Maya, I need you back. GSW patient. 17-year-old male. Massive internal bleeding. ETA 10 minutes. You're the only one who can handle this. Maya is already moving. Prep OR2. I'm 15 minutes out. She doesn't waste time changing completely. Surgeons keep spare scrubs at home for exactly this reason. She pulls on the blue cotton, grabs her bag with her hospital ID and stethoscope, runs to her car. The BMW. Registered under Tom's name. They did that for privacy, too. After Chicago, they wanted separation, professional distance. She backs out fast, hits the gas. Somewhere across the city, Marcus Webb is in an ambulance. 17. Scholar-athlete. MIT scholarship for engineering. He was walking home from his friend's house when a drive-by caught him. Wrong place, wrong time. The bullet tore through his abdomen. His mother Sharon is in another car behind the ambulance, praying, screaming, begging God. At Metropolitan General, Dr. Carter is scrubbing in. Her hands move fast. She's good, but she's not Maya. Maya has 12 years of trauma surgery. Maya has hands that don't shake. Maya has instincts that save lives when minutes matter. The OR team is ready. Instruments laid out, blood warming, anesthesia standing by. Where's Dr. Richardson? A nurse asks. Chen checks her phone. She said 15 minutes. That was 12 minutes ago. Meanwhile, 4 miles away in City Hall, Chief Thomas Richardson sits in a conference room. 6 council members. 2 hours of arguing. The new body camera policy is on the table. Councilman Davis, white, 60, old money, leans back in his chair. Chief Richardson, we appreciate your enthusiasm, but mandatory cameras on every officer? The union is pushing back hard. Tom's voice stays level. 89 complaints of racial profiling in 18 months. How many more do we need before we act? Councilwoman Garcia nods. The chief is right, but Davis isn't done. You're moving too fast. You've been here 6 months. Let the department adjust. Tom's phone sits face down on the table. Silent mode. He never checks it during council meetings. He doesn't see Maya's text from earlier. He doesn't see the incoming call from the hospital at 10:58 p.m. Back at the precinct, Officer Brandon Mitchell is wrapping up his shift. 5 years on the force. 12 complaints in his file, all dismissed, all buried. He's part of the old guard, the Brotherhood. The officers who resist Chief Richardson's reforms. His partner Hayes is younger, quieter. He follows Mitchell's lead. Always has. They're cruising Highway 40 when dispatch crackles. All units be advised. Increase in vehicle thefts in Sector 7. Multiple BMWs reported stolen this month. Suspects using fake credentials. Mitchell perks up. BMWs, that's the gentrified area. Lots of doctors and lawyers are moving in. Hayes nods. Makes sense. Easy targets. They drive past the hospital. Metropolitan General's lights glow in the distance. The ER entrance is busy. Friday night. Gunshots. Car accidents. Overdoses. Neither officer knows that inside that building, a surgical team is waiting, that a mother is crying in a family room, that a teenager's blood pressure is dropping, and that the only surgeon who can save him is about to be pulled over 3 miles away. At 10:50 p.m., Maya's BMW hits Highway 40. She's doing 48 in a 40 zone. Not reckless, but fast, focused. Her mind is already in the OR. She's running through the procedure, GSW to the abdomen, likely liver or spleen, maybe both. She'll need to control the bleeding first, then assess damage, then repair. She sees the yellow light ahead. It's turning red. She accelerates through it, legal, barely. Behind her, Mitchell sees the BMW, sees it run the yellow light, sees the expensive car, sees an opportunity. Let's pull them over. Hayes hits the lights. Maya's heart sinks when she sees the red and blue in her rearview mirror. No, not now, not tonight. She signals, pulls over immediately, turns on her interior light, hands on the wheel, everything by the book. She learned this from Tom. How to survive a traffic stop while black, even in scrubs, even as a doctor, even as the police chief's wife, especially as the police chief's wife. Mitchell approaches the driver's side. His flashlight is too bright. Aggressive. He sweeps it across her face, her scrubs, her bag. He sees what he expects to see. A black woman, in a nice car, wearing what could be a costume. Maya keeps her voice calm. Good evening, officer. Mitchell doesn't return the greeting. License and registration. She reaches slowly for her purse. I'm reaching for my wallet now. Her license is current. Clean. Maya Richardson. Her photo. Her address. The registration is in the glove box. She explains before moving. The registration is in the glove compartment. May I reach for it? Mitchell nods, watches her closely. The registration reads, Thomas Richardson. And that's when everything starts to unravel. Not because Mitchell recognizes the name, not yet, but because he sees a discrepancy. He sees a black woman driving a white man's car. He sees scrubs that could be fake. He sees an opportunity to be suspicious. He sees what he's been trained to see, by a system, by a culture, by 28 years of living in a country that taught him who belongs where. And Maya Richardson, in her mind, doesn't belong behind the wheel of a BMW at 10:52 p.m. on a Friday night, even though she does, even though it's her car, her husband, her life, her right. But rights don't matter when assumptions take over. Maya checks the dashboard clock, 10:53 p.m. At the hospital, Marcus Webb has 7 minutes until he arrives. His blood pressure is 70/40. Falling. Dr. Carter checks her phone again. Where is she? And 4 miles away, Mitchell is about to make the worst decision of his career. Mitchell walks back to his patrol car with Maya's license and registration. Hayes joins him. Black female, Maya Richardson. The car is registered to Thomas Richardson. Hayes looks at the documents. Husband, maybe? Mitchell shrugs. Or stolen. Or borrowed. Check this. She's wearing scrubs. Brand new. Clean. No hospital smell. No ID badge visible. She could actually be a nurse or something. Or she bought scrubs to look legit. Mitchell types into his computer. The BMW hasn't been reported stolen. Maya's license is clean. No warrants. No priors. Nothing. But Mitchell's instinct tells him something is off. It's the same instinct that's gotten him 12 complaints. The same instinct that sees threat in melanin. He returns to Maya's window. 3 minutes have passed. Ms. Richardson, this vehicle is registered to Thomas Richardson. What's your relationship to him? Maya's jaw tightens. Stay calm. Stay professional. He's my husband, an officer. That's our family car. Your husband. And where is he right now? He's at work. At 11 p.m.? Mitchell's voice drips skepticism. Yes, sir. He works late. She doesn't say what Tom does, doesn't say police chief. That card isn't hers to play. Not like this. Not when she needs to be believed as Dr. Richardson, not Mrs. Richardson. Uh-huh. And you're wearing scrubs because? I'm a trauma surgeon at Metropolitan General. I received an emergency call. There's a patient. A trauma surgeon. Mitchell cuts her off. You got an ID for that? Yes. In my bag on the passenger seat. Don't move. I'll get it. He opens the passenger door, pulls out her bag, dumps the contents onto the seat. Her hospital badge falls out. Photo ID. Dr. Maya Richardson, Chief of Trauma Surgery. Her stethoscope is there too. The expensive kind. Litman Cardiology 4, $300. Mitchell holds up the badge, studies it under his flashlight. This could be fake. Maya's patience cracks. Just slightly. Sir, it's real. You can call the hospital. My colleague is waiting for me, a 17-year-old boy. A lot of people can make fake badges these days, real professional looking. Her phone rings. The car's Bluetooth picks it up automatically. Dr. Carter's voice fills the car through the speakers. Maya, where are you? He's crashing. Blood pressure is 60/30. I need you now. Maya lunges for her phone. Mitchell's hand shoots out. Don't touch that. That's my colleague. That's the hospital. I need to... Hands on the wheel. Maya's voice rises. She can't help it. Officer, please. A child is dying. Mitchell leans in close. Ma'am, I need you to calm down. Getting agitated isn't helping your case. My case? I haven't done anything wrong. You're driving a vehicle registered to someone else, wearing medical scrubs that could be purchased online, carrying what might be a fake ID, and now you're being uncooperative. Hayes shifts uncomfortably behind Mitchell. Mitchell, she does have the badge and the stethoscope. Mitchell ignores him. Step out of the vehicle. Why? I've given you everything but say... Step out. Now, or I'll remove you myself. Maya's hands shake as she unbuckles her seatbelt. She steps out onto the shoulder. Traffic passes. A few cars slow down. Someone's phone is up. Recording. Mitchell guides her to the back of her car. Put your hands on the trunk. Officer, please. Just call the hospital. Ask for Dr. Patricia Carter. She'll confirm. Hands on the trunk. Maya complies. Her scrubs rustle in the night wind. The fabric is thin. She's cold. Or maybe she's just terrified. Hayes searches the car. He finds medical journals in the back seat. Subscriptions with her name. A white coat draped over the passenger headrest. Her name is embroidered on it. Dr. Maya Richardson, Chief of Trauma Surgery. He brings it to Mitchell. She's got all this stuff, man. Journals, the coat, it all has her name. Mitchell examines the coat, holds it up. Could all be faked. Identity theft is sophisticated now. A car pulls over behind them. A black man in his 50s gets out. Officers, is there a problem? That's Dr. Richardson. I recognize her from the hospital. Mitchell turns. Sir, return to your vehicle. This is police business. But I'm telling you, she's a doctor. She saved my daughter last year. Sir, I will not ask again. Leave or you'll be charged with obstruction. The man hesitates, pulls out his phone, starts recording. Mitchell's face hardens. Hayes, get these people out of here. 2 more cars have stopped, more phones, more witnesses, and Maya stands with her hands on her trunk, wearing scrubs, with her credentials scattered across her passenger seat. At Metropolitan General, Marcus Webb's heart rate is spiking, erratic. Dr. Carter is shouting orders. The clock reads 11:02 p.m. Mitchell pulls out his handcuffs. The handcuffs click around Maya's wrists. Cold metal. Tight. Behind her back. She's never been arrested before. Never even had a speeding ticket. And now she's standing on Highway 40 in scrubs with her hands bound while a teenager bleeds out. You're under arrest for suspicion of vehicle theft, possession of fraudulent identification, and obstruction of justice. Maya's voice breaks. Obstruction? I've answered every question. I've shown you everything. You became agitated and uncooperative. That's obstruction. The man who stopped to help is still recording. His phone captures everything. Maya in handcuffs, the scrubs, the medical equipment scattered in her car, the white coat with her name on it. This is wrong, he shouts. She's a doctor. I've seen her at Metro General. Mitchell walks toward him. Sir, final warning. Leave now or join her in custody. The man backs up but keeps filming. A woman in the second stopped car rolls down her window. I'm calling the news. This is racial profiling. Hayes looks uncomfortable. Mitchell, maybe we should verify with the hospital, just to be safe. We'll verify at the station. Procedure. He guides Maya to the patrol car, opens the back door, places his hand on her head as she ducks inside, like she's a criminal, like she's dangerous. The back seat smells like sweat and fear and desperation. How many people have sat here? How many were innocent? How many were guilty only of being black in the wrong place at the wrong time? Maya's phone rings again in her car. Through the open doors, she can hear it. Dr. Carter, calling, begging, desperate. Officer, please, answer my phone. Tell them where I am. Mitchell closes the car door. The sound is final, definitive. He walks to Maya's BMW, picks up her phone, looks at the screen. Dr. Patricia Carter calling. He declines the call. Hayes stares. Mitchell, why did you... Could be part of the scam. Could be an accomplice. An accomplice to what? We don't even know if a crime was committed. Mitchell's jaw sets. I know what I saw. Black woman, expensive car, fake credentials. It's textbook identity theft. He's doubling down, because admitting he's wrong now would mean admitting he's been wrong from the start. And men like Mitchell don't admit mistakes. They justify them. They expand them. They make them bigger until the original error disappears under layers of new accusations. It's easier than saying 3 words. I was wrong. At 11:08 p.m., they pull away from the highway. The bystanders watch. Their phones are still recording. Someone has already posted to social media. The video is uploaded. Spreading. Inside the patrol car, Maya sits in silence. She can hear the radio chatter. Dispatch. Other units. Normal Friday night chaos. She tries to steady her breathing. Tries not to think about Marcus, about his mother, about Dr. Carter alone in that OR trying to stop bleeding that Maya could stop in her sleep. Try not to think about Tom. Still in his council meeting. Phone on silent. No idea his wife is in the back of a police car. She looks down at her scrubs. There's been a small coffee stain on the chest from this morning. 14 hours ago. A lifetime ago. She was Dr. Richardson then. Respected, trusted, believed. Now she's just another black woman who dared to exist in a space where someone decided she didn't belong. The drive to the precinct takes 12 minutes. At 11:20 p.m., they pull into the station. Mitchell parks in the back, the Sallyport, where they bring in arrests. As he opens her door, Maya hears something on the radio. All units be advised. Metropolitan General Hospital has called twice requesting information on Dr. Maya Richardson. Claims she's a surgeon en route to emergency surgery. Dispatch, advise units to confirm. Mitchell's face doesn't change. He helps Maya out of the car. Hayes heard it too. Mitchell, did you hear that? I heard it. Could still be part of the scam. A scam involving the hospital calling dispatch? Come on, man. We're here now. We'll sort it out inside. They walk Maya through the back entrance. Fluorescent lights, concrete floors, the smell of old coffee and institutional cleaning supplies. The booking desk sits at the end of a hallway. Behind it, Sergeant Williams. 53. Black. 30 years on the force. He's seen everything. Done everything. Survived everything. He looks up as they approach. His eyes land on Maya. The scrubs, the handcuffs, the exhaustion and terror on her face. His expression changes. Subtle. But it's there. What do we have? His voice is careful, measured. Mitchell steps forward. Suspect driving a vehicle registered to another party. Carrying potentially fraudulent medical credentials. Obstruction when questioned. Williams looks at Maya. Really looks at her. What's your name, ma'am? Dr. Maya Richardson. Her voice is steady now. She's found some reserve of strength. I'm Chief of Trauma Surgery at Metropolitan General. These officers stopped me on my way to an emergency surgery. I've provided my license, registration, hospital ID, and multiple witnesses have confirmed my identity. I need to make a phone call. Williams's face is stone, but his eyes flicker. Recognition, maybe. Or just the recognition of a situation about to explode. Dr. Richardson. He says it slowly, testing the name. And the vehicle registration? My husband's name, Thomas Richardson. We keep the car registered to him for privacy reasons. Williams's hand tightens on his pen. Just for a second. Mitchell doesn't notice. We need to verify everything. Vehicle, ID, medical credentials. The whole story seems suspicious. Suspicious how? Williams asks. Black female, expensive car, clean scrubs at 11 p.m. Claims to be a surgeon but was agitated and uncooperative when questioned. Williams sets down his pen. Officer Mitchell, did you run her license? Yes, clean. Did you check if the vehicle was reported stolen? No reports. Did you see any contraband in the vehicle? Mitchell hesitates. No, but did she resist arrest physically? No, but she was verbally. Did you call the hospital to verify her employment? Silence. Williams leans back in his chair. So you arrested a woman with a clean license, driving a car that's not reported stolen, carrying medical equipment and ID, and you didn't verify any of her story before bringing her in? Hayes shifts his weight. Uncomfortable. Mitchell's face reddens. Sergeant, with all due respect, I used my judgment. Something didn't add up. What didn't add up? It didn't feel right. Williams stares at him, long enough that Mitchell looks away. Then Williams picks up his phone, dials. Metropolitan General, please. A pause. Yes, this is Sergeant Williams at Central Precinct. I need to verify employment for Dr. Maya Richardson. Maya closes her eyes. Finally. The voice on the other end is loud enough for everyone to hear. Frantic. Dr. Richardson, Is she there? We've been trying to reach her. We have a critical patient. She was arrested. Who arrested her? We need her here now. Williams looks at Mitchell. His expression says everything his mouth doesn't. Thank you. We'll handle it. He hangs up. The booking area is silent. Williams stands, walks around the desk, unlocks Maya's handcuffs himself. Dr. Richardson, I apologize. You're free to go. Maya rubs her wrists. Red marks where the metal bit in. What time is it? 11:27. Her face crumbles. 35 minutes. Ma'am? I was stopped at 10:52. It's 11:27. That's 35 minutes. A gunshot victim to the abdomen bleeds out in 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the artery. Marcus Webb is dead, Sergeant. That boy is dead. The words land like physical blows. Williams' jaw tightens. Dr. Richardson, I need to call the hospital. He hands her the phone. She dials with shaking fingers. Dr. Carter answers on the first ring. Maya? Patricia, tell me he made it. Silence on the other end. Silence that says everything. We lost him at 11:20. I tried, Maya. I tried everything, but I couldn't find the bleeder fast enough. I needed you. Maya's knees buckle. Williams catches her, guides her to a chair. She's crying now. Quiet. Devastated. His mother? Maya whispers. She's here. Maya, she knows you were arrested. Someone told her. She's asking for you. Maya looks up at Williams, then at Mitchell. Her eyes are red, but her voice is clear. Officer Mitchell, what's your first name? Brandon. He can barely get the word out. Brandon Mitchell. Remember that name, Sergeant Williams? Because Marcus Webb's mother will remember it. His family will remember it. And I will make sure everyone remembers why a 17-year-old boy bled to death on an operating table while the surgeon who could have saved him sat in handcuffs on the side of the road. Mitchell's face has gone pale. Williams picks up the phone again. Not the desk phone. His cell phone. Personal. He turns away slightly. His voice is low, but Maya can hear him. Janice, it's Williams. We have a situation. Maya Richardson was just arrested. Yes, the chief's wife. You need to get here. Now. He hangs up. Looks at Mitchell and Hayes. Neither of you move. Neither of you leave. Neither of you say another word. Maya wipes her eyes. Who did you just call? Deputy Mayor Morrison. She's been investigating this precinct for months. Tonight, you just became Exhibit A. Mitchell's world is ending. He can feel it, see it, but he can't stop it. And the clock keeps ticking. Deputy Mayor Janice Morrison arrives at 11:43 p.m. She doesn't walk into the precinct. She storms in. Black pantsuit, heels that click like gunshots on the concrete floor. Behind her, 2 people. Rebecca Walsh, the city attorney, and 3 reporters. She brought the press. Intentionally. Williams meets her at the entrance. Deputy Mayor, where is she? Booking area, Morrison is already moving. She sees Maya sitting in a chair, still in scrubs, red marks on her wrists, tear-stained face, the perfect picture of injustice. The reporter's cameras start clicking. Morrison kneels beside Maya, puts a hand on her shoulder. Maya, I'm here. Are you hurt? Maya shakes her head. A boy died, Janice. Marcus Webb, 17. He died because I was sitting in a police car. Morrison's face hardens. She stands, turns to face Mitchell and Hayes. Which one of you made the arrest? Mitchell raises his hand slightly, like a kid in school admitting he broke something. Morrison walks toward him, slow, deliberate. The reporters follow, cameras up. Your name? Officer Brandon Mitchell. How long have you been with this department? 5 years. 5 years. Morrison pulls out her iPad, taps the screen. Officer Brandon Mitchell. Badge number 2847. Let me read you something. Complaint filed March 2023. Black male physician stopped outside Metro General. No violation. No citation. Just questioned for 15 minutes. Complaint dismissed. She scrolls. Complaint filed June 2023. Black female nurse detained in hospital parking lot. Asked to prove she worked there despite wearing hospital scrubs and a badge. Complaint dismissed. She keeps going. Complaint filed September 2023. Black paramedic handcuffed after neighbor reported suspicious person. He was entering his own ambulance. Complaint dismissed. Her voice rises. 12 complaints in 5 years. All involving black professionals. All dismissed. And tonight, you arrested Dr. Maya Richardson, chief of trauma surgery, while she was responding to an emergency. A patient died while she sat in your car. Explain that to me. Mitchell's mouth opens. Nothing comes out. Morrison turns to Hayes. And you? Derek Hayes. 7 complaints. Same pattern. You stood by and watched. You're just as guilty. The cameras capture everything. Hayes looks at the floor. Morrison addresses the room now. But this isn't just about 2 officers. This is about a system. Sergeant Williams, can you pull up the data I sent you last week? Williams pulls up a file on his computer, projects it onto a screen in the booking area. Statistics, numbers, patterns. Morrison narrates. In the past 18 months, this precinct has had 47 incidents involving black healthcare workers. 47. Doctors questioned about their credentials. Nurses asked to prove they work at hospitals. Paramedics detained for entering their own ambulances. She clicks to the next slide. Black drivers in this precinct are stopped at 4 times the rate of white drivers. Black professionals are questioned at 7 times the rate. And in 100% of cases where black medical personnel were detained, the officers involved were part of the same union faction resisting Chief Richardson's reforms. Mitchell's face drains of color. Morrison isn't done. Officer Mitchell, when you saw Dr. Richardson, what was your first thought? I saw someone driving a car registered to another person. And if she'd been white, would you have assumed theft? Silence. If a white woman in scrubs told you she was a surgeon, would you have believed her? More silence. If a white woman presented hospital ID, stethoscope, medical journals, and had a colleague calling to confirm her identity, would you have arrested her? Mitchell's voice is barely audible. I don't know. You don't know. Or you do know, and you don't want to say it. The booking area door opens. Everyone turns. Chief Thomas Richardson walks in. He's in full dress uniform. White, 42. Every inch the police chief. His face is carved from stone. His eyes scan the room. They land on Maya. For a moment, his composure cracks. Just a moment. His jaw tightens. His hands clench. Then he rebuilds the wall. Professional. Cold. Controlled. He walks past Morrison. Past the reporters. Past Williams. Directly to Maya. He doesn't say anything. Just looks at her. Checking for injuries. For damage. For breaks. Maya nods slightly. I'm okay. Tom exhales. Then he turns to face the room. The officers expect him to explode, to scream, to pull rank and destroy Mitchell on the spot. He does none of those things. His voice is quiet, deadly. 6 months ago, I stood in this building and made a promise. I promised reform. I promised accountability. I promised that no one in this city would be above the law or beneath dignity. He looks at Mitchell and Hayes. Tonight you made me a liar. Mitchell tries to speak. Chief, I didn't know she was... My wife? Tom's voice cracks like thunder. That's your defense? That you didn't know she was my wife? The room freezes. Tom steps closer to Mitchell. So if you had known she was married to me, You would have believed her? If you had known she was connected to power, would you have let her go? Mitchell stammers. I just meant... I know what you meant. You meant that Dr. Richardson needed to be my wife to deserve respect. She needed to be connected to me to be credible. Her medical degree wasn't enough. Her hospital ID wasn't enough. Her 12 years of saving lives wasn't enough. She needed to belong to a man with power before you'd treat her like a human being. He turns to address everyone. The reporters are writing frantically. Dr. Maya Richardson shouldn't need to be the police chief's wife to be believed. She's a surgeon. She's saved over 3,000 lives. She graduated top of her class from Johns Hopkins. That should be enough. That is enough. Morrison steps forward. Chief Richardson, what are the legal options here? Tom looks at her. They've clearly discussed this already. This is theater. Necessary theater. Deputy Mayor, what charges could these officers face? Morrison's voice is formal, prosecutorial. False arrest under color of law. Civil rights violations under federal statute. If we can establish causation between the detention and Marcus Webb's death, potentially negligent homicide. Federal charges carry up to 10 years imprisonment and $250,000 in fines. They would also lose qualified immunity. Mitchell's knees actually buckle. Hayes catches him. Tom turns to Maya. Dr. Richardson. Not my wife. Not Mrs. Richardson. Dr. Richardson. What do you want? This is the moment. The power shift. The reversal. Maya stands. She's still in scrubs, still has marks on her wrists. But she's not a victim anymore. She's a force. I want their badges. Mitchell makes a sound, almost a whimper. Maya continues. Her voice is steel. I want their pensions. I want them to understand what it feels like to have your career questioned because of your skin color. She steps toward Mitchell. He actually backs up. I want every officer in this department to undergo mandatory implicit bias training. Not optional. Mandatory. Every month. She's not yelling. She doesn't need to. Her words carry more weight than screaming ever could. I want body cameras on every officer, active during every interaction. I want a civilian review board with real power to discipline. I want the 47 cases Deputy Mayor Morrison mentioned reinvestigated. She turns to Tom. And I want it on record that I'm asking for this as Dr. Maya Richardson, Chief of Trauma Surgery at Metropolitan General Hospital. Not as your wife, not as someone with connections. As a black woman who has been doubted every single day of her career and is done being silent about it. The reporters are capturing every word. Tom nods. Noted for the record. He turns to Mitchell and Hayes. You have two choices. His voice is back to that deadly quiet. Choice 1. Resign effective immediately. Waive all pension benefits. Agree to testify in the Department of Justice investigation into this precinct's practices. Issue a public apology to Dr. Richardson and the Webb family. You'll avoid criminal charges. He pauses. Choice 2. Suspension without pay pending criminal investigation. The FBI Civil Rights Division is already en route. They'll be here in 40 minutes. They're very interested in officers with 12 racial profiling complaints. Hayes speaks first. His voice shakes. What should we do? Tom's expression doesn't change. That's not my decision. That's yours. But I'll tell you this. If you choose option 2, I will personally ensure that every piece of evidence, every complaint, every pattern of behavior is handed to federal prosecutors, and I will testify against you. Mitchell finds his voice. You'd testify against your own officers? You're not my officers. Not anymore. My officers serve the community. My officers protect people. My officers don't arrest surgeons on their way to save children. Councilwoman Garcia steps forward from the back of the room. She was called too. The whole city leadership is here. The city council has been briefed. We support Chief Richardson's reforms, fully, publicly, and we'll be introducing emergency legislation tomorrow morning. Councilman Thompson joins her. The Marcus Webb Medical Professional Protection Act. Any officer who detains medical personnel responding to emergencies without clear evidence of criminal activity commits a Class A misdemeanor. The first offense is termination. It will pass unanimously. Morrison adds, we'll also be releasing my 8-month investigation into this precinct. 47 cases, detailed patterns, statistical analysis. The media has it embargoed until tomorrow morning. But after tonight, that embargo lifts. She looks at Mitchell. So when you walk out of here, whether you resign or not, the whole city will know your name. They'll know what you did. They'll know why Marcus Webb died. The weight of it crushes Mitchell. You can see it happening. His shoulders sag, his face crumbles. Hayes speaks quietly. I resign. Everyone looks at Mitchell. He's crying now, tears running down his face. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know she was really... Maya's voice cuts through. Really what? Really a doctor? You had every piece of evidence. You chose not to believe it. That's not ignorance, that's racism. Mitchell wipes his face. I resign. Williams steps forward with a form. Sign here. Both officers sign. Their hands shake so badly the signatures are barely legible. Williams takes their badges, their guns, their police identification. The stripping of authority is physical, visible, final. As Mitchell hands over his badge, Maya steps close to him, close enough that he has to look at her. Look at my necklace. He looks down. A thin gold chain, a ring hanging on it. Engraved on the band, MR plus TR. I was wearing this the whole time. My wedding ring. I wear it during surgery. It was visible, right there. You just never looked long enough to see me as a person. Mitchell's face contorts. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, don't bring Marcus Webb back. He was 17. MIT scholarship, engineering. He wanted to build bridges, and he bled to death while you played detective with my credentials. She turns away from him, back to Williams. I need to go to the hospital. Mrs. Webb is waiting for me. Tom speaks. I'll drive you. No. Maya's voice is firm. You stay here. You have a department to rebuild. This isn't about you saving me. This is about me saving the next woman who looks like me. She looks at Morrison. Will you take me? Morrison nods. Let's go. As they walk toward the exit, Morrison turns back to the reporters. You have everything you need. Run it. All of it. The cameras flash one more time. Maya in scrubs, Mitchell in tears, Tom standing tall, the visual representation of a system breaking and beginning to rebuild. Maya pauses at the door, looks back at the booking area. Remember his name? Marcus Webb. Remember why he died, and make sure it never happens again. Then she's gone. The room stays silent for a long moment. Tom finally speaks. Everyone in this precinct. Briefing room. Now. We're about to have a very long conversation about what happens next. Mitchell and Hayes stand there. No badges, no guns, no future in law enforcement. Hayes whispers, What do we do now? Mitchell has no answer. Morrison drives Maya to Metropolitan General. The city passes by. Lights, traffic. Normal Friday night for everyone else. For Maya, nothing is normal anymore. Williams called me first, Morrison says. Not Tom. He knew this needed to be about systemic racism, not a husband rescuing his wife. Maya nods. He's smart. He's exhausted. 30 years watching bad cops bury good ones. They pull into the hospital parking lot, the same lot where Maya should have arrived an hour ago. Morrison parks. Want me to come in? I need to do this alone. Inside, staff stare. Word has spread. Dr. Carter meets her in the hallway, still in surgical gown, blood on it. Marcus's blood. Chen hugs her, hard. When they pull apart, her eyes are red. His mother is in the family room. She asked for you. The family room is designed for the worst conversations. Soft lighting, tissues everywhere. Sharon Webb sits on the couch. 42, grocery store uniform. She came straight from work. 1 hour hoping, 1 hour grieving. Dr. Richardson? She stands. Mrs. Webb, I'm so sorry. Sharon hugs her. Maya freezes. She expected anger, blame. She deserves it. Instead, Sharon holds her like they're both drowning. They told me that you were arrested, that you were in handcuffs while my baby... She can't finish. They sit together. Sharon holds Maya's hand. Tell me what happened. Medically. Maya steadies her voice. Gunshot to the abdomen, severed his hepatic artery, the main blood vessel to the liver. Dr. Carter did everything right. But that specific injury requires speed and precision I've practiced hundreds of times. If I'd been here 15 minutes earlier, I could have saved him. Sharon nods slowly. Marcus wanted to be an engineer. He'd say, Mama, I want to build bridges, connect people, different communities, different backgrounds. She laughs sadly. He'd love knowing his death is building a bridge between police and our community. He shouldn't have had to die for that. No, but he did. So we make it mean something. Sharon pulls out her phone. Shows Marcus's graduation photo. Cap and gown. Huge smile. I'm starting the Marcus Webb Foundation. Scholarships for minority students. Funding for bias training. Community programs. She looks at Maya. Will you help? Anything. Train the police. Teach them that scrubs mean save the person, not question them. Maya's throat tightens. I promise. They talk for another hour. About Marcus. His dreams. His jokes. His kindness. How he called his mama every day. The boy who will never call again. At 2 a.m., Maya leaves. Tom waits in the parking lot, still in uniform. How was it? She's stronger than I am. Doubt that. They drive home in silence. In the driveway, Tom turns off the car but doesn't move. The union is calling for a no-confidence vote. Because of tonight? Because I chose justice over brotherhood. Regrets? None. He takes her hand. When we married, some guys said I was throwing away my career. White cop, black doctor, too political, too visible. You never told me. Didn't want you thinking our marriage was a burden, but they were right. It is political. Everything is when you marry someone the system sees as less than. I'm done pretending otherwise. We'll lose friends. Then they weren't friends. Inside, Tom makes tea. Maya changes out of her scrubs. She'll never wear them again. They're evidence now. She comes down in sweats and Tom's old academy shirt. The irony isn't lost on them. Kitchen table, tea, processing. What happens now? Maya asks. Tom shows her his phone. News alert. Doctor arrested while responding to emergency. Patient dies. National news already. Now the country watches. We fix this or prove nothing changes. Maya's phone buzzes. Unknown number. Dr. Richardson, this is Hayes. I have no right to contact you, but I enrolled in community mediation training today. I'll work with police accountability groups. I can't undo what I did, but I can make sure others don't. Sorry will never be enough, but I'll spend my life proving I can be better. Maya shows Tom. 1 out of 2, he says. 50%. Better than 0. Mitchell? Mitchell will die believing he was right. Some people can't be saved. Tom walks to the window. In the morning press conference, you, me, Morris, and Mrs. Webb, we announce everything. Body cameras, review board, Marcus Webb act. The union will fight. Let them. I'll win or lose doing what's right. Maya joins him. We'll be famous or infamous. Good. Let them see us. Let them see what marriage looks like when the system tries to break it. 3 weeks later, City Hall steps. Press conference. Morrison speaks first about the investigation. 47 cases. Undeniable patterns. Tom announces reforms. Mandatory body cameras. Civilian review board with subpoena power. Quarterly bias training. Independent investigation of all 89 racial profiling complaints. 23 officers have requested early retirement rather than face audits. 12 cases are under criminal review. And we're just beginning. Mrs. Webb steps forward. Announce the Marcus Webb Foundation. Already raised $50,000. Then Maya speaks. I'm chief of trauma surgery, Hopkins graduate. 3,000 surgeries. Last night, 2 officers saw only my skin. Not because they're uniquely evil, but because the system trained them that black excellence is suspicious. She pauses. Starting next month, I'm conducting mandatory training for all officers, medical emergency protocols, so the next time someone sees scrubs and blood, they clear the way. Do not reach for handcuffs. The crowd applauds. A reporter shouts, Dr. Richardson, will you sue? No, litigation won't change culture. But I'll do something better. I'll make sure every officer remembers Marcus Webb's name. And why did he died? The story goes viral. Hashtag #IamMaya Richardson trends. Doctors and nurses nationwide share their stories. 47 police departments implement similar reforms. The ripple effect spreads. 1 month later, Richardson home. Kitchen. Maya cooks. Tom sets the table. Normal evening. Except nothing is normal anymore. Council voted, Tom says. The training facility will be named after Marcus, not you. Good. That's what I wanted. Doorbell rings. Delivery. Large flower arrangement. Card reads, From the Webb family. Thank you for making Marcus matter. He's saving lives now, just differently than he planned. Maya holds the card. Tears form. Tom wraps his arms around her. You okay? No. But I will be. And more importantly, the next Dr. Richardson will be safer. Outside, the sun sets on a city beginning to change. One policy at a time. One officer at a time. One conversation at a time. It's not fixed. It won't be fixed tomorrow. Maybe not for years. But it's starting. And sometimes, that's enough. Maya Richardson's story isn't unique. It happens every day. According to the 2023 National Academy of Medicine study, 64% of black physicians report experiencing racial discrimination at work. Not occasionally, regularly. Black doctors are questioned about their credentials 3 times more often than white doctors with identical qualifications. 3 times. Same degree, same hospital, same scrubs, different skin. And the consequences are deadly. When black doctors treat black patients, mortality rates drop by 19%. 19%. Because representation matters. Because trust matters. Because patients open up to doctors who look like them. But implicit bias keeps black doctors out of operating rooms, out of leadership positions, out of places where they're needed most. Only 5.7% of active physicians in the United States are black. The population is 13.6% black. The gap isn't an accident. It's a pipeline problem created by stories like Maya's. Black medical students see doctors handcuffed, see professionals questioned, see excellence doubted, and they think, why bother? Marcus Webb died in 33 minutes, but his death was decades in the making. Underfunded black neighborhoods with slower ambulances. Police trained to see black skin as suspicious. A healthcare system that questions black credentials while accepting white mediocrity. A culture demanding black people prove their humanity while white people get assumed competence. Marcus died because Officer Mitchell couldn't imagine a black woman in scrubs being legitimate. That failure of imagination kills people. Let that sink in. Imagination, not evidence, not facts. Not the stethoscope or the hospital ID or the medical journals or the colleague calling to confirm. Imagination. Mitchell saw what he expected to see. And a boy died. This isn't about one bad cop. It's about a system that trains people to associate authority with whiteness, to question competence when it comes in black and brown packages, to prioritize assumptions over evidence. Here's what saved Maya, not being the chief's wife. It was Sergeant Williams calling the deputy mayor first, understanding that individual rescue isn't justice. System change is justice. If Chief Richardson had arrived first, the story becomes powerful man saves wife. But Morrison arriving first made it black professionals denied dignity. One is personal. The other is systemic. That's the difference between protection and privilege. Protection is about connections. Justice is about rights. Maya shouldn't have needed a powerful husband. The next Dr. Richardson won't need one either. Officer Hayes chose growth. He enrolled in training. He works with accountability nonprofits now. He'll spend his life making sure other officers don't make his mistake. Officer Mitchell chose bitterness. He left law enforcement believing he was right. Some people would rather protect their ego than their community. The message, accountability isn't punishment. It's an invitation to be better. Hayes accepted the invitation. Mitchell refused it. We can't save everyone, but we can make the cost of remaining Mitchell so high that more people choose to become Hayes. So what do you do? If you work in healthcare and you've experienced this, document it, report it, share it. Your silence protects a system that kills patients. Use the hashtag #IamMayaRichardson. Tag your hospital. Demand changes. If you wear a badge, the next time you see someone who doesn't match your unconscious image of professional, pause. Ask yourself, am I doubting evidence or doubting skin color? Your split-second assumptions have life or death consequences. To the good cops watching, your silence is complicity. When your colleague profiles someone, speak up. When someone questions a doctor in scrubs, intervene. Courage isn't optional. If you've witnessed profiling, film when safe. Your phone is accountable. Call your city council. Demand civilian review boards with real power. Vote for district attorneys who prosecute police misconduct. Support the Marcus Webb Foundation. Scholarship money is justice money. Teach your children that authority comes in all colors. If they're surprised by a black doctor, you've failed them. Go back to the beginning of this story. Watch Mitchell's face when he says, scrubs can be bought for $20. That's not caution, that's contempt. Watch how he dismisses every piece of evidence. That's implicit bias in action. Marcus Webb died at 11:20 p.m. His mother identified his body at 2 a.m. She'll never hear him laugh again, never see him graduate, never watch him build the bridges he dreamed of. All because Mitchell couldn't believe a black woman in scrubs. How many more Marcus Webbs? How many more Mayas are arrested for excellence? Next time you see someone who doesn't look like your image of doctor or lawyer or executive, will you question them? Or will you question yourself? Because one of those questions saves lives, the other ends them. Share this story. Not because Maya is a chief's wife, but because she's a surgeon excellent enough to save lives but not believable enough to be black while doing it. Comment your story below. Tag a black professional you respect. Subscribe if you believe systems can change. Let's make Maya Richardson the last person arrested for being too qualified to be believed. Marcus Webb wanted to build bridges. Instead, he built a movement. What will you build?
At Black Voices Uncut, we don't polish away the pain or water down the message. We tell it like it is because the truth deserves nothing less. If today's story spoke to you, click like, join the conversation in the comments, and subscribe so you'll be here for the next Uncut Voice.